Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the WHIZ TV Game of the Week. Kevin Rao along with the coach, Doug Clifford. And, Coach, we are at Zanesville High School for what should be a good one tonight.
Oh, it should be. This is the game we've done for a long time, and but it's a new rivalry. But it is very intense. When you can look over the fence and see where your opponent lives, that makes for a great rivalry.
Well, it's funny. I am a Zanesville alum. And back when I went to school to say how long ago it was, we would have not thought about playing Tri-Valley at that time because they were so much smaller. Well, those days have changed. Now, what's interesting this year, though, Tri-Valley and Zanesville are in the same region because Tri-Valley drops down one, and they're both now in Division III. And so it'd be interesting to see, being in the same region adds even a little bit more flavor to it.
You don't really want to play that team.
In your non-conference.
You don't want to play your non-conference foe in that's in your region. When we played Tri-Valley, we couldn't wait to play them because they were in a long stretch of not having very good teams, but they were worth a lot of points in the computer. Now nobody looks forward to playing Tri-Valley because they've been so good for so long.
Well, Tri-Valley will get a first. Gabe Dolan to kick it off for the Blue Devils. And this has become a big rivalry. A little pooch kick. Trying to find an empty part of the field. He does that. It rolls around for a while and then alertly falling on top of it for the Scotties on the other side of the field was Jalen Goins-Chandler.
That was an excellent decision on his part instead of trying to pick that thing up and pick up 2 yards. I've been in games where we lost the ball on a kickoff like that, where we weren't ready for it and it hits that dead space. No one's there. No one reacts. You don't really practice that. Good play by the Tri-Valley Scotties early in the game.
And it works for Zanesville, too, in not giving them good field position. Pantaleo with the football. And not a bad run at all. First out of the gate, he'll pick up 8 on the first play. Quarterbacking tonight for Tri-Valley, their junior, Aiden Fritter. And we actually saw him last year, Coach, as a sophomore.
Yes, we did.
Coach Fell liked to get him in some situations. That helps a bunch this year.
He talked to us last year that he had to get this kid in at quarterback because he was just too good to sit the bench.
They run a little zone read, and Pantaleo will have the first down. Now, there's an evolution of how we've pronounced this running back, number 33. His name, last year I wanted it to be Pantaleo, and it wasn't. We heard about it all basketball season, right?
Yes, we did.
It was, but it is Pantaleo.
We practically had him in the witness protection program. The way we were saying his name last year.
And so we've been told, so if we're wrong, please forgive us, but we were informed pretty directly that it is Pantaleo. Looking to throw on the first down play. Fritter into that. He's got a great reception out in the flat. Close to the first down. It'll be just short. Great hands coming back across the middle for Rob Wachter.
Oh, nice play by Fritter that time. I'm sure that wasn't the play that was designed. He gets chased out of the pocket and makes something out of nothing.
And Wachter did a good job the way he framed it up coming across that middle.
Bet. Ran to an open spot and let his quarterback find him.
Running the pistol, second and just a yard. They're going to look to throw again, some backside pressure. Fritter not going to tuck it. Oh, he's got company on this side of the field. See if he can get to the edge, and he will get the first down. Able to get around and out over the 40.
Those are the plays that coaches, you'll see that in your dreams over and over, and we call them nightmares. He goes to the left, he just tucks the ball. He's not going to throw it at all, so there's no fake. He just outruns the opposition.
Yeah, just not exactly the angles. And, again, these teams are both 2-0 coming in tonight. But you're early in the season. You haven't necessarily seen a player like that yet and know the angles that you need to take. Pantaleo able to bounce it and finds a crease, and he'll have another first down. So Tri-Valley putting a good drive together here right off the bat inside Blue Devil territory, and just smart play, Coach, to bounce it out.
Well, it is. Zanesville's playing a 4-2 defense. They have a lot of wide receivers out there. So what happens if you plug it in the middle? If your guy on the perimeter sticks his nose inside on the play, then there's no one out there. And number 33, he knows that too.
Yeah, he sure does. So it is a first down for Tri-Valley at the Zanesville 45. This time nothing deceitful or no trickery, just right up the middle. And on the carry that time, first time he's had the ball this evening was Blake Sands. And Sands, just nothing fancy at all. You see nice blocking at the point of attack.
He's a little baby stud. I mean, he's a heck of an athlete.
Just a junior.
He'll be a big factor tonight.
Play action, faking it to Sands. Looking deep's got a player down there, and it's incomplete. Question is, no interference, no flags thrown.
Great play call, play action. Tri-Valley's been picking up big chunks of yardage on the running game. Play action killed the rush. The receiver's open. The ball was just a little late getting there, or that would have been a touchdown.
Julius Murphy on the coverage, the senior, did a good job to get in the way, avoid any kind of contact in the penalty, and now it'll be third down and about 5 to go.
Oftentimes, the defensive back, when they lose their receiver, they give up. That time he didn't, stayed with it, broke the pass up.
Real smart on the back end of that play. They're going to look with Sands up the middle, and again, nice crease at the line of scrimmage, and he'll have the first down inside the Zanesville 35. And, Coach, if you watch this, though, just really nicely parted, and Zanesville linebackers didn't quite get to the play.
Well, Andy Hill and Caden King in the middle of that Tri-Valley line are opening gaping holes right up the middle of that defense. That's how you handle a quick defense. You run right at it. You don't try to run sideways.
Fritter looks to throw quickly. Now he'll roll out in the flat, find Sands. And he gets through a couple of tackles. Well, finally, the ball comes out, but not before he was out of bounds right around the 20-yard line. So another big play for the Scotties.
Sands just steps through 3 tackles here. This is poor tackling on Zanesville's part. This man here should make the tackle. Loses leverage. That man doesn't wrap. Finally, the 4th man knocks him out of bounds.
So a big first down, another one for Tri-Valley on this drive. They've moved it right down the field. A couple of different running backs, running and throwing for the quarterback Fritter. And Sands right up the middle again, and boy, crease and breaks an initial tackle and takes it down inside the 15.
But you notice he's not getting touched at the line of scrimmage. I mean, he's getting through that no man's land on the line of scrimmage and to the next level before he ever gets touched. It's a great job of blocking by that front 5 for Tri-Valley. There's some big boys on that line.
Yeah, there are, and they are just moving people out of the way.
Maybe I'd hate to feed that quintet of
that is
guys.
that is a game day table right there.
Man.
Second down. This time Fritter's going to keep it himself. Not as much room for him. And he will be short of the first down. Got forward progress right around the 12. Needed another yard for the first down. And this time Zanesville able to stack things up in the middle.
Best defensive play of the night so far, especially by the interior line for Zanesville. I mean, they've been getting pushed around in this opening drive.
Nice play in the middle of Brian Olbrich, able to get between a couple of guys to make the hit. So third down and about 1.5 yards for the Scotties, just outside the 10-yard line in Zanesville territory. And Fritter, good fake this time. He'll take it all the way down. Does he get in?
I think he's in.
They're going to say no indication yet. Nope. He's inside the 1.
The old 1 foot line call by the referee.
And you know what? They actually called it on both sides. So both of the guys running in.
They went to the same referee school.
They did, apparently. Marked it with the same foot. But it is about as close as you can get. And you can see he right there just carrying guys.
Well, Sands has been just pounding the ball down the field. They fake the ball to him. The defense runs with Sands. Quarterback keeps great read on his part by Fritter. And we're going to give him a little bit more yardage here with Zanesville offside. That was a great fake by Fritter, and just take it down to the 1.
We know this is the place where if Zanesville gets penalized, it may move a quarter of an inch. Nope, it's going to go the other way.
Okay.
So it is against Tri-Valley. That's a big 5 yards right there.
I'll tell you what, and this is when you've taught your kids on defense, when you get a break like that, take advantage of it. Don't waste that.
Still got a little laundry on the field. We'll get that picked up.
I guess I thought there was going to be a penalty on this play too.
Nathan Jones is the referee tonight. So first and goal now from just outside the 5-yard line. Handoff Sands up the middle, and there's not as much room this time. Good job by the interior line of the Blue Devils.
what I saw was the center and the right guard get stuffed for Tri-Valley. It stood up, and when you stand those linemen up, wow, there's no place to go for the running back.
And then guys can come from behind.
That's right.
You could see there Malachi Curry getting around and in. And run a little option play, hanging on a long time. They were running in tandem there for a while. Down to the 3-yard line is Sands.
Sands took a hard shot that time and got up a little slowly. And from what I understand, Pantaleo,
yeah, I think.
has some sore ribs coming into this game.
That may be why we see Sands now. See, on the tackle, Julius Murphy in there again to make the stop. 3rd down and goal from the Zanesville 3. Empty backfield for Fritter. And we're going to get some more motion, I think, on Tri-Valley. At least the Zanesville fans think so.
We know referees have been fairly lenient with offensive linemen pointing to who they're going to block, but when you move that back foot, and right guard and right tackle both took a step back. That's can't be doing that.
Goes from the 3 to the 8.
Well, they've shown no sign of wanting to throw the ball down here. I would think this would be a passing situation.
Well, that's what it looks like, unless Fritter's going to run the quarterback draw.
There's not anybody to make a play action fake to because they're all outside.
He looks left now, gets some pressure. Getting chased, looking for help. Turns, throws. Did it get picked off? No, out of bounds. And it's funny because there is blue field over there that's out of bounds, and that's where he caught it.
Yes.
That's
exactly right.
If you're not staring at that line, you'll think, and here you go, Coach. As he rolls, good pressure put on. And, yeah, it was on that outside.
Impressive goal line stand by the Blue Devils. The ball was inside the 1-yard line. They got the advantage of a procedure penalty, backed it up to the 6th, and they didn't give up anything on that.
They did not. Caden Bay now will come in and try to make the field goal from 25 yards out. He's got a big leg. This one looks to be good, and it is, but a good hold by the Blue Devils, helped by a penalty as Tri-Valley had it down inside the 1-foot line, and they'll come away with the field goal. We'll step out to catch our breath after a good opening drive by the Scotties. 3-0. Tri-Valley leads it here at Zanesville. Tri-Valley to kick it off. They have had the only offensive possession so far in this game. Took some time off the clock as they kicked the field goal with 5:55 to go in this opening quarter. Kevin Rowell and the coach Doug Clifford with you tonight at Salzburger Stadium in Zanesville, and that kickoff lands well into the end zone. Kickoff man is Morgan Williamson. Field goal was made by Caden Bays. They got a couple of guys kick a little bit.
What an advantage to have a kicking game like that. You can, if you get stopped inside the 10-yard line, you don't have to take that risky 4th down and try to get a touchdown. You kick a field goal, and then when you kick off, you put it in your opponent's end zone. That's a tremendous advantage.
It really is. Both those guys are seniors. Again, Bay made the field goal from 25 yards out, and then Williamson kicks it into the end zone. And Zanesville will start at their 20-yard line, their first possession of this game. And at quarterback, the senior, we've been calling his name for a couple of years, Ben Everson. And he is a good one. He's had a pretty strong start to this season, Coach.
Yes, he has. Good experienced quarterback. Well, just such an advantage.
He scans the field, and he's going to find
he's got a guy.
long,
he's got a guy.
And it will be knocked down, and that is a touchdown-saving defensive effort by a couple of the Scotties. Jalen Goins-Chandler and Keaton Williams both back there.
Great protection by the offensive line. Nobody gets close to the quarterback forever.
He had a chance to look things over, and he
did.
Trying to get it down the field, and he had a step, but the throw hung up just long enough for the defense to get back in it.
So that's when you're the receiver coach. You tell your receiver, come back and get it. Come back and
be aggressive, and then you might get the penalty if you don't catch it. Handoff up the middle, but Tri-Valley looking for it all the way. Nice tackle on the play by Seth Tyson.
Well, Seth Tyson's playing on Zanesville's side of the line of scrimmage on that play.
Jordan Martin was the ball carrier. Only a sophomore. So 3rd down and long now for the Blue Devils at their 18. They've got to get to the 30. Their opening drive of this game, Tri-Valley on top 3-0.
3-man defensive line. Looks like a 3-4 or 3-5 defense by the Scotties.
Everson rolls, has time. He's got a receiver, And did he duck back behind? He did, and
Yes,
he's
he
going to be
did.
just short. His momentum coming to get the football took him back behind.
Well, I think this is an obvious punting situation.
Well, you don't want to turn it over down here, do you? Let's see.
Here comes the punt team.
Yeah, I didn't think Coach Grandstaff would want to risk it there.
That's really tempting. I mean, you had a touchdown on first down that you just missed, and you missed the first down by a yard on third down. But it's a great temptation to think, well, we can get a yard, but boy, if you don't, your opponent is in your backyard in a heartbeat.
So Zanesville to kick it away.
We have a timeout here.
And we'll get a timeout called. Let's see. And it will be a timeout. So we will take it as Zanesville 4th and just a yard, but they're going to kick it away down 3-0. We'll be back right after this. Zanesville to punt it away. Came up just a yard short in their opening drive starting from the 20. Should be good field position for the Tri-Valley Scotties. Good snap back, plenty of time, but this is a short one, high and short, and all the way inside Zanesville territory, grabbing the football was Keaton Williams. Great speed for a guy that stands 6'3".
Well, I think I saw something on that punt I have never seen. I think the punter just kind of tossed the ball up in the air.
You know, and I agree with you. He
You
didn't
see
just
that?
drop it. He kind of
No.
tossed it. And that's when you'll see a whiff.
Oh, baby.
That can happen.
Yeah, that looks like a very inexperienced punter.
Well, we'll
be-
see how that,
Yeah.
we'll keep an eye on that. Because, yeah, that's just risky to kind of give it a little toss.
So far, advantage kicking game goes to Tri-Valley.
And right up the middle, this time Zanesville defense ready was Pantaleo. Picks up 3 on the play to be 2nd down and 7, so he's back in there. He started out the last drive, and then was Sands that finished things up for the Scotties, getting it all the way inside the 5, and then a penalty took them back 5 yards, and they ended up kicking the field goal. So 2nd down and 7. Pantaleo stays in there. Fritter all the way at quarterback so far tonight. He's just 5'11", and that might be an exaggeration. But he is a good one. We saw it last year. Little reverse coming to the near sideline, and again, Zanesville not able to seal that edge off, Coach.
Well, you know, you lose track of where you're at on the field. Your eyes follow the play action, and all of a sudden there's somebody coming right back at you full speed and on purpose. And
Well,
you know you're in the wrong place.
Just so easy to get sealed.
Yep. Good
And-
block out there on the perimeter.
Rob Walker was the ball carrier. So 1st down for Tri-Valley. They put another good drive together. We've been playing a lot in this end of the field, Coach. Fritter rolls, gets pressure right up the middle, able to get away from one man. Then his blocker, he couldn't backtrack because his big old blocker back there, A.J. Collins, was penned him in a little bit.
Well, Fritter is very elusive. I mean, he's hard to track down on a sack. They're rolling him outside to give him a little more time, reduce the pass rush. And I think had he not bumped into his offensive lineman, he would have eluded another pass rusher.
He would, and he loses about 5.5 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, this is when the Zanesville defense has to repay the favor. When your offense loses 4 or 5 yards in a series of downs, a good defense doesn't let that team convert a 2nd and 15.
Empty backfield again for Fritter. 3 wide right, 2 left. And they go over the middle, and going down to make the catch is Walker, as he was able to make the catch right in front of Colin McBrayer.
3-man pass rush. He had plenty of time to throw the ball. And you know, I don't know. I think if you drop 10 guys in the secondary, if you give your quarterback enough time, he's going to find
Eventually
somebody that's
somebody.
going to run around and get loose.
And it's a big pickup, making it very short and manageable now. A 3rd down and about 4 to go.
I'd say it puts them easily in 4-down territory.
They probably kick it from out of here if they wanted to, but I think you're right. I think they'll go for it if they get close. Fritter rolling, looking on that for where the stick is. I don't think he got there.
Boy, he took a pounding on the sideline, but this is going to be 4th and short. I think we're going to see a Tri-Valley attempt for a 1st down.
I think that was Zarek Morgan that got out there. Let's see.
Defense lost contain on the right side.
No, it was Morgan's out there.
See the big pass rush came from the quarterback's right. He rolled left, and there's no one out there on that defensive right side to stop his progress.
Well, that solves that puzzle. They are looking to go for it at 4th and 1.
Sit there and get somebody to jump off sides.
They're not in a hurry. The play clock now at 4. Let's see if they're going to call timeout maybe. Yeah, they do. As Coach Fell runs out with a second to go on the play clock, as they'll look over their options. 4th and a little more than a yard to go deep in Zanesville territory, already leading 3-0. We'll take a timeout. Again, the Scotties on top and driving again. Tri-Valley a 4th and just a little more than a yard to go inside Zanesville territory, down right around the 25-yard line.
Coach Fell took a look at the defensive alignment, kind of studied it a little bit, called a timeout, and then decide what they want to do here.
Fritter's going to go out and chat with one of his guys in the slot.
Yeah, this one.
Go to the Buick and hang a left.
Strange things have happened when quarterbacks go in motion like that.
And instead, they'll hand off up the middle. I don't think he got it.
No, he did not.
So he went out and talked to the slot guy just to throw him off a little bit, and then handed to Pantaleo, who gets tackled. Actually lost a little bit on the play. Lost about a yard on the play. Good defense by the Zanesville interior.
It looked like Gage Bennett to me. In 2024, we'll be able to read that number.
Yeah. Yeah, the Zanesville numbers. We didn't want to complain too early, but they're just hard to read. They'll get them more difficult as the light fades here.
That was Gage. Great penetration that time by the linebacker. Shot the gap, made the play. Good tackle down around the knees. Zanesville let the man spin off.
So Zanesville will get it for the second time tonight. A little better field position this time. Everson empty backfield. Flushed out of the pocket. Ball's loose on the deck. Tri-Valley picks it up and advances it down to about the 17-yard line. Grabbing it was Luke Hill.
Outside linebacker came on it looked like a little bit of a delayed pass rush. Everson did not take him serious enough. I think he heard the footsteps. He just didn't take it serious enough. He waited too long.
Couldn't get it tucked.
Ball was stripped. Yep, did not tuck the football. That's a shame. The defense for Zanesville had a great stand that time and stopped Tri-Valley deep in their territory. Now they're in a better position now than they were on the 4th down attempt.
And that was Bradshaw that made the hit behind the line for Tri-Valley. Great job to strip it away. So the Scotties back in business just that quickly.
You said in the pregame while we were talking, you thought the team that made the first mistake
first turnover. I thought it would. And, boy, you do it inside your 20, or the result of the play inside the 20, make it hard for yourself. Fritter looks left, goes there right away. Good defense out there. It'll be intercepted at the goal line. Looking for help. Looks for some players. And he will get knocked out about the 20.
Well, let's have a flag there. You bet.
And we do.
You bet. When you go for that tackle assist and he's already to the bench, it's a little late.
And it looked as though that was Isaac Mayo.
Just tried to run that wheel route to the outside, and Mayo played it perfectly.
And usually you want him to head to the nearest sideline. He decided he wanted to go close to his guys, and it paid off with the penalty on the late hit.
Well, so far you have to give the outstanding effort of the night so far to the Zanesville defense. They've played with the goalpost, their own goalpost right behind them almost the entire first quarter here. They've only given up 3 points.
That time Fritter may have watched his receiver a little early and often as Mayo picked it up, had it all the way.
Well, look at the size difference in the line. I mean, his offensive line is much bigger than the defensive line for Zanesville, and their defensive line is much bigger than Zanesville's offensive line. Some big boys in there. Here comes that delayed pass rush again.
Everson as hard as he can throw it. And it's going to bounce around, and then let's see who's got it.
That's a first
Zanesville,
down.
they do.
Zanesville.
They'll mark it in favor of the Blue Devils, people fighting for it. But a great job to go up and get it done, as pulling it down was Jeremiah Norman.
Well, that ball quacked halfway down the field. He didn't get a lot on it, but the receiver stayed with it. Great job.
And Goins Chandler, actually the first guy to have a chance at it, and then Keaton Williams tried to get in there and grab it away, but Norman is the winner on it, and Zanesville a big play all the way down to the Tri-Valley 18-yard line.
Great job, that offensive line. Oh, here's a nice pass.
Quick throw into the flat, complete for just about 5 yards.
That is such a short little pass, but it is great execution because your quarterback came up, he knew where his man was going to be, and fired that ball right to him.
But I'll tell you, Everson, he did not take anything off that short pass,
no,
dude.
he did not. I made fun of that last pass because it quacked a little bit. That pass had plenty of mustard on it. Boom.
Man, you want to hold on to that.
Turn around and pick it out from between your ribs.
So second down, actually, you mark it back a yard. It'll be second down and 6, running left tackle.
Nice effort.
And working hard on that left side is the sophomore Jordan Martin.
With great patience at the line of scrimmage, he kind of did that Le'Veon Bell.
We see a lot of guys doing that now.
And wow. But look at his power. Look at the two guys he runs through.
Those are two big fellas right there.
72 looks like a rolling mountain.
That would be Seth Tyson, listed at 6'1", 242. That may be a couple of stones shy of what he plays at. Well, that's going to do it, but we've had a lot of excitement for a 3-0 game.
We have.
We have had plenty. We're going to have more for you as the second quarter will get underway with Zanesville driving, trying to at least get even, maybe take the lead on this drive. We'll be back after this. Zanesville, a big third down play, a little less than a yard to go. And they'll run it right up the middle. And it will be a first down. That was a little easier than I think most people thought it was going to be.
No doubt. I tell you, I really like Coach Grandstaff's style of coaching. He's a fiery guy. He's done a great job here. He's transitioned from a run the ball every time I formation type of guy to the wide open offense. He stayed through thick and thin years here at Zanesville. And tell you what, these are the kind of games he gets pumped to play.
Everson just took it himself. This time they'll hand off, bouncing it out, but then more people there. On the first and goal, it'll be second and goal from about the 3. They're running a lot of players in and out here, Coach.
Well, they are. I mean, that's the entire offensive line coming out there.
Quarterback Everson will stay. The interior line, 4 of them anyway, will stay. And it will be second and goal from the 3.
I don't think they have 11. Yeah,
now they do.
Here comes number 11.
And it looks as though.
Whoa! Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but it looked to me like you're just trying to do too much.
Yep.
It looked like to me like Zanesville's just trying to do too much there. You got the defense on the heels. Keep the pressure on them. Don't give them a chance to rest.
When just like Tri-Valley, they got it inside the 5. A penalty took them back outside. Same thing to Zanesville now is they'll go back out to the 8-yard line. Still second down and goal.
I'm surprised the quarterback just didn't call timeout or the sideline called timeout because that play looked doomed from the start.
Yeah,
not enough guys on the field. Ball snapped on the wrong cadence.
Everson going to fake it and roll, getting pressure. Looks.
Throw it.
And he'll throw it away. And that'll make it third down and goal to go.
Good pass rush that time by the Scotties.
Again, that's Bradshaw chasing from behind from a line spot.
Everson was lucky he went inside out instead of outside in, or that would have been a sack.
Yeah, he'd have been hit right away. One of those where you turn around and hello.
Yep. He honored the play fake and went inside a little, and when he saw Everson with the ball, he chased out. But Everson was able to throw the ball away.
Big third down here. Quick pass in the flat. Did he hold on?
He
did. Touchdown, Zanesville.
You bet. It's a guy who wanted the ball more.
Yeah, he came back to it as well. That's Jamal Wiggins. And you're right, Coach, he just wanted a little bit more.
He just wanted it more than the defender because they both had. In fact, the defender had inside position, and Wiggins just had none of it.
So an 8-yard scoring pass. 10:36 to go before half here at Zanesville, and the Blue Devils take the lead, but we've got a penalty And so Zanesville now, it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Or did that play not score? They're going to say no. There was before the score. So,
Major
boy, that
penalty.
was late.
Yes.
So to make it 3rd down and goal, but now from the 20-yard line. So something happened right around the 10-yard line.
This is a great time for a big pass rush. Here comes the outside linebacker from the left.
Zanesville had the touchdown. Now they're going to have to scramble. A
It-
throw. They've got a receiver.
Touchdown! What a great job by Everson and the receivers. He had 2 guys open in the end zone. I don't know what the Dogs defensive backs are doing, but the Devils outsmarted the Dogs on that one.
Colin McBrayer ends up with the touchdown. And
Look at
again,
that.
they're both behind him.
Oh, they had their eyes on the quarterback.
So it took them 8 more seconds. They score with 10:28 after the penalty from 20 yards out. Everson to McBrayer.
You know, that's a mental mistake by your defensive players because they were afraid the quarterback was going to run. And so what if he had? He only had to go 30 yards to get a touchdown. They let the receivers go behind him. Everson's too good a quarterback to give him one of those deals.
And he did a good job just waiting, and then getting it through when everything was released. The kick is good, and just like that, the Blue Devils take the lead here at home, 7-3, but a lot more to go in this first half. 10-28 on the Century National Bank WHIZ TV Game of the Week. The Zanesville Blue Devils take the lead for the first time tonight. As took them to the second quarter, but a big touch. In fact, they scored twice. A penalty after the first one put them back out at the 23rd down and goal. Now, and then they were able to score from there on an Everson to McBrayer pass.
Look out.
Good
Look
return
out.
coming. Kicker is back playing safety. Plays the angle, and he will knock the return man, Blake Sands, out of bounds, but a great return. No penalty flags on the field. And the Scotties respond after the Zanesville touchdown with a huge special teams play.
Oh, look at this. There's great blocking, and it's right up the middle. It's a middle return, and he just comes right up the pipe. And I tell you what, if you're on a special team, you had to throw your body in there, and the Blue Devils did not do that. You can't wait for your teammate to make the tackle.
Heads up play by Gabe Dolan, the kicker. He
Yes, it
played
was.
his position well.
Perfectly.
But the Scotties in business at the 13-yard line of the Blue Devils. And we're going to get a penalty flag thrown by the official on the far sideline, and it'll be illegal procedure against Tri-Valley. That'll drive you crazy, coaches, with
Well,
these penalties in the red zone.
That's at least their Tri-Valley's 3rd penalty in the red zone tonight. The first one was at the 1-foot line, and the next one was at about the 6. So, yeah, it's been a tough night for penalties for the Scotties.
So first down and 15. They can get a first down right around the 3-yard line. So they do not have to score on this possession or on this set of downs to keep things going. And a little bit of confusion, or at least Fritter taking the time. I don't know what we're waiting for. It looks like we're ready now. They were just waiting for the play clock apparently to get started. Now we're ready to go. Fritter with Pantaleo to his right. He'll fake to him. Looks across the middle. In and out of the hands.
Oh,
Boy, he had a receiver, but he just kind of was running out of real estate. That was Keaton Williams, who, again, at 6'3", is a big target up that seam.
back in the day, you called that the dump pass to the tight end, but without a tight end, it's still a dump pass. You fake the dive to the left, try to get the defense to look that way, go for the play action fake, and then sneak somebody up the seam. And boy, he had his receiver put the ball in his fingertips. You can't ask for more than that.
McBrayer was in coverage there from his middle linebacker spot. Second down and 15. Blitz coming. Fritter's got a receiver in the flat and
Missed tackle.
able to get away from the first tackler.
Whoa.
And then knock down around the 5 where it'll be, they're actually going to put it at the 6. But Zanesville had a chance to keep Tri-Valley from getting close. That was Rob Wachter again.
Missed tackles are hurting the Blue Devils. Wow, that should have been a tackle right there. Just wrap the guy up. Just wrap him up.
You got to break down a little bit
Yes.
and grab. So 3rd down and about 3 for Tri-Valley. They can get a first down. They do not have to score to get that first down.
See if the Blue Devils defense can rise to the occasion again.
And Fritter going to keep it, but
They
I don't
did.
think
Ball's out.
And Zanesville
Ball's
got
out.
it. Let's see if that's the call on the field. It is. The umpire steps in and says it's Zanesville's football. Fritter got hit hard. He would not have had the first down right around the 5.
Oh, he was well short of the first down. Let's see. Oh, yeah. His knees are both up. The ball gets stripped out.
And in there on the play for Zanesville, a couple of guys, Jacob Skaggs, and there's Gage Barnett again. Made that happen. Barnett's the guy that put the helmet on the ball. And, yeah, his knees were up off the ground.
No doubt about
If there were a replay, which there is not in high school football, they would have come up with the same call. So Zanesville, second turnover deep in their own territory. They had an interception on the last drive by Tri-Valley. Now a fumble. And the Blue Devils have the ball and the lead for the first time tonight. Out to about the 16-yard line goes Jordan Martin on the carry. Good chunk of yardage. It'll be 2nd down and right around 2. And again, good blocking by the Blue Devils.
Great defensive stand. I just can't get over that. I mean, they're backs to the wall all night. Malachi Curry came over that fumble recovery. 2nd down, about 3.
Everson again will give right up the middle. Good spin off the play. Another missed
Look
tackle.
out.
Another missed
Look
tackle.
out.
He's got a blocker out in front. He'll cut back again. And he'll get it down to the 47 in Tri-Valley territory. And then we're going to get another flag, I believe.
Well, I hope they don't call holding on number 20 because that was a great block. They're moving the chains.
Now they're going to move everything.
Yeah.
It's a sideline warning.
Sideline warning.
So no effect on the play, but, Coach, this is one of the more fun runs you're going to see.
Outstanding ever. Same thing for Tri-Valley. They're not wrapping up. This looks like early season tackling to me.
And you just have a
Look at this
great
block down the
block
field.
out front.
Jamal Wiggins. I tell you what, Jamal, you keep that up. You'll be changing your number to 75. And you'll be on the offensive line.
That
great
was a
block.
great play out in front. Fake, quick throw in the flat. And again, another missed tackle. Lots of running room. Another missed tackle.
Look out. He's going to go. He's going to go. He's going to go.
And he cuts back across just like that. 46 yards it goes. That was Jeremiah Norman.
Woo. Jeremiah. There's no bullfrog in that Jeremiah, buddy. It's all gazelle. Look at that, man. He is running, skipping. Woo.
Good block right there. You saw
Picking him up and laying him down.
Tayshawn Simpson got a block in there toward the end.
He got a block in there and didn't get a block in the back. Great job that time by the wide receiver down the field.
So Everson, a couple of touchdown passes tonight.
Coach Fell was worried about the skilled players and the speed for Zanesville. Now we know why. Oh,
Gonna
high
have-
snap.
Going for 2. Everson going to take it in himself. Did he get in? He did. Add 2 instead of 1. Everson runs it in,
We got
gets the ball to the pylon.
Yellow hanky on the field.
Yeah, let's see what the call. It's going to be hold against Zanesville, so we'll have to do it over again. Everson did get in, but to no avail as they'll move that one back 10 yards from the spot of the infraction.
Well, I don't think the distance is going to be a problem for the place kicker for Zanesville 'cause on that first extra point. I mean, he kicked that thing nearly into the soccer net back there, well behind the goalpost.
Yeah, again, that's Gabe Dolan is the kicker for Zanesville.
So I think, what a kicker has to do in this situation is just kick it the same way. Don't try to, stress out and get extra distance on this thing. Just kick it the way you usually do, and it should make it.
They're going to put it down right around the 24-yard line for the edge. So it'll be 34 yards. It's got to go. Good snap, placement down, kick away. Plenty of leg.
Distance.
And it is good, just like that.
Wow.
Gabe Dolan puts another point on, and Zanesville stretches the lead. It's now 14-3. The Blue Devils over the Tri-Valley Scotties. We'll take a timeout. More second quarter action coming right up. Welcome back to the Century National Bank WHIZ TV Game of the Week. Kevin Rao and the coach, Doug Clifford. Coach, Zanesville faced a little adversity with some penalties and having to work some things out, but they seem to have – the defense has gotten a lot stronger and the offense starting to light it up.
Well, let's see if they're smart enough not to kick it to Blake Sands.
Gabe Dolan to kick it away, and he will let it fly, and it will go into the end zone. Both these teams have great kickers tonight.
Oh, I spoke earlier in the game that Tri-Valley may have an advantage in the kicking game, but not in the place kicking and kickoff departments. I mean, Gabe Dolan is booting that extra point.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, the senior.
And that was a 34-yard extra point kick, and he cleared the uprights by, 15 yards?
Yeah, he did. We'll have to see how Tri-Valley responds now. Boy, they could easily have scored 21 points in this game.
Yes,
up to now.
Easy. They have blown opportunities in the red zone the entire first half.
A drive with a penalty got stalled, and then a couple of turnovers came away with just 3 points in those 3 drives. Pentalio up the middle.
Looks like the Zanesville defense is playing a little more confidence right now. They're not giving up that 8-yard burst on first down like they were in the opening series for Tri-Valley.
Well, my guess is the Zanesville coaching staff might have moved the pieces around a little bit, too.
May have done some counseling there on the sideline.
Well, it was a little too easy, wasn't it?
It was.
Fritter got all the way at quarterback tonight for the Scotties. And, again, the Zanesville defense is playing a little differently right now.
Right now they are standing up the offensive lineman for Tri-Valley.
Pentalio.
That's no small task looking at that offensive line for Tri-Valley. There's some big boys in there.
And they're doing some trap blocking up front. You see Zanesville just standing guys up, as you said, Coach. Good job by the Blue Devils. Make it 3rd down and long. About 7 yards to go for Scotty first down. Fritter waiting to put things in action now. He's ready to go. He's going to look to throw.
Good protection.
And good pass into pretty tight coverage out there, but he found the window, and it should be right at the first down marker as it's right at the 30-yard stripe.
It was a great job by the receiver that time. He went the exact distance he had to have for the first down. I mean, he catches the ball well across the stripe. I mean, that was a very modest mark by the referee.
Yes, I would say he did not get credit for all of the work he did there.
I mean, he had that ball in his clutches at least one more yard beyond that first down marker.
I agree with you. I think he was at the 31, but good news for the Scotties, it is still a first down. Pentalio trying to get the edge. Good block out in front.
Well,
good
nice
defense.
Job.
Hanging with it and making the play for the Blue Devils was Isaac Mail.
Isaac Mail did a great job. Watch him keep his outside arm free. He almost goes inside, and he stays out, makes the play. Nice job, Isaac.
And he just kind of kept rolling after he wasn't able to knock him down the first time, kind of rolled into his legs after that. Still 5 yards on the play for Pentalio. Make it 2nd down and 5 for the Scotties.
That rolling pocket for the Scotties.
Fritter running out of room, and he will get some decent yardage as he's backed out of bounds. Let's see how much they're going to give him here. Maybe just a couple. But good coverage by the Blue Devils. Fritter really didn't have a chance. You won't be able to see it in the replay, but Zanesville, he had a couple of receivers that were playing off each other.
Well, what you can see is number 22 for Zanesville, Malachi Curry, maintaining outside leverage. Let that quarterback run sideways all the way across the field, but he did not let him turn those shoulders and get up the field. Nice job by Malachi.
3rd down and 3. Empty backfield for the Scotties.
Here comes the blitz.
Pass over the middle.
That's picked. Oh,
no, it went through his hands. Tri-Valley makes the catch.
It's 6 points.
We thought it was an interception, not to be the case. And it goes from the 38-yard line in Tri-Valley territory for 62 yards.
That play was read. Good pass rush. The defender was right there and just misses the ball.
And Zanesville stopped playing.
Right.
They all thought they had a Keaton Williams. Maybe that's the best trickery of the night. He just kind of stood up like he didn't have it. And he turned around and ran the distance. He's a great athlete. And he's able to go 62 yards on the reception. Timeout call. We'll keep it here as Zanesville actually was called by Tri-Valley, but the Blue Devils, let's see what they can do. Wow. I mean, we were all fooled. Zanesville team, they were a lot closer than we were, Coach, but I think both you and I thought that the interception had been made.
Oh.
And instead Williams. And then Williams, I don't know if Williams was surprised because he just didn't react.
Well, I saw Isaac Mayo. He was looking at his teammate, getting ready to go congratulate him for the interception, and the receiver took off. I mean,
yeah, Keaton Williams on the play. So Fritter to Williams, 62 yards. And makes it a 14-9 game as the Scotties fight right back and get into the end zone.
I think we may have a four-quarter game here tonight.
It would not surprise me. It looked like Tri-Valley already looking at the old, we used to call the old Notre Dame card to see if they want to go for two. Because they certainly have a good enough kicker. That's not why they're doing this. They're doing it to get within 3 points. And so they'll run the pistol with Fritter in front of Pantaleo. Fritter going to look to throw. Get some pressure right up the middle. Throws over the middle. Did Williams get a foot down? He did. And just like that, 2 more points. And Tri-Valley gets themselves to within 3. So they respond well. You can see here, Fritter with someone right in his face. And running along the end line is Williams. He gets the foot down. We will take a timeout. It has been an exciting first half. We've got about 5.5 minutes left to go, though. The Blue Devils holding on to a 3-point lead here at home. Tri-Valley gets a touchdown. Fritter to Williams from 62 yards away. The same duo, Fritter to Williams for the 2-point. They get to within 3. Boy, what an exciting play it was to get into the end zone. Zanesville takes it from the 1. Good deep kick. And with a head of steam coming up the sideline, still going. Cutting back, carrying a couple of tacklers. Good return by Julius Murphy, the senior.
I think tonight it is Friday the 13th.
It is Friday the 13th.
It is a full moon. I mean, all kind of things going on
If we
in this
had a
game.
black cat run in front of the booth tonight.
I'm going home.
Oh, man. But, again, on the touchdown from Fritter to Williams, it looked as though it had been intercepted.
Well, that was a freak play, but that extra point, 2-point conversion, that was outstanding execution. That ball was put where no one else could get it except the receiver. It come down with 1 foot, obviously in bounds. Great execution that time by the Scotties to get the 2 points.
And that gets them to within a field goal. Zanesville comes right
Look
back,
out.
getting
Look out.
the edge and knocked out after about a 5-yard gain. One more time for Jordan Martin. Boy, I tell you, he's exciting with the football.
Nice job by Bradshaw that time for Tri-Valley to stay with that play. Had he not made that play, that could have been a big yardage play.
You can see waiting for the block out front, and you're right, did a good job because leading the blockers out that way was Parker Moorhead.
Colin McBrayer had a good block, too.
Second down, 4 yards. Everson getting pursued again. We'll throw in the flat, and it's a first down. Spinning and staying inbounds for a couple of extra yards. Boy, that was a tightrope walk, if anything. Jeremiah Norman on the near sideline.
I just don't think Zanesville's wide receivers are real impressed with that first attempt to tackle.
No.
I mean, they just hit, and their running backs do too. They get hit, and they just bounce off, spin around, and, man, their feet are moving. If you're not wrapping these guys up, then you're watching them run down the field.
So Zanesville, a big first down at Tri-Valley 42-yard line. Not a lot of room in the middle for this running play.
Well, you run that play up the middle because you think, well, we have them. We have the defense outside conscious. We might be able to sneak one right at the middle on them. And that time, there was no sneaking to be done. The big hogs up front, or the big dogs, made the play.
Only a yard that time for the Blue Devils.
Well, Coach Cranstaff would love to have another score this half. There's a flare wide open.
Everson got a receiver.
What a catch.
Nicely done, down to about the 15. And, again, just took a little off the throw to get it over to the defense.
And that's holy Odell Beckham. Just put that one big paw in the air and come down with it.
Jamal Wiggins on the catch. And he did. He just kind of put that right hand
Man,
up
oh,
there,
man.
pulled it down.
He put that big paw up in the air, and it was no problem to bring that thing down.
Gets it to the 15-yard line. These teams, tell you, I hope they're all in shape because the heat of this day, well into the 90s, and all that we've been seeing. Everson, the fake, he'll hold on. It was a good fake.
Yes, it was.
And he'll get 5 down to about the 10. Most of the defense thought that Martin had it, and he would have been tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Everson, a great read.
Outstanding play tonight. I mean, it's just back and forth. I tell you what, we've got ourselves a ball game tonight, Kevin.
2nd down and 5 for the Blue Devils. They can get a first down about the 5-yard line. Everson looks right. Now he'll go to the flat to the
wonder
left.
if they'll go back to that. He's in.
And he runs all the way across the field, and then he's tackled into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Give everybody a look before you go into the end zone.
10 yards. Boy, I tell you, he scored from 10, but he had to run about 40.
Well, they ran the same action on the previous play, and Everson never even looked at him. And I thought, boy, that's odd. I mean, as good a quarterback as Everson is, I thought, I would have thought he'd have taken a look. They were just setting Tri-Valley up. The upstairs coaches saw that. They called down on the sideline and said, Coach, man, they are not covering the flare. All we got to do is throw that bubble screen out there, and he's in. And, boy, he was.
Jordan Martin.
Great coaching job that time. Great execution.
Extra point.
Kaboom.
Again, just absolutely nailed by Gabe Dolan. And Zanesville jumps. They're in the lead by 3. They're going to stretch that out a little bit as now they make it 21-11. It's been a lot of fun to watch on both sides tonight. We got some more action. Who knows what can happen in the last 3 minutes of this first half. We hope you'll come right back with us. Zanesville in the lead, 21-11. After the Tri-Valley touchdown, Zanesville takes about 2.5 minutes to go the length of the field, capped off with a 10-yard passing play from Everson to Martin.
Well, this is a potentially big play for Tri-Valley with their return man.
Kickoff will go into the end zone. And Tri-Valley will start at their 20-yard line. 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go. They've got, I don't know, it looks as though these teams are both out of timeouts, Coach. I'm trying to read the board there. Am I right about that? Nope, I'm wrong about that. They've got Tri-Valley. Well, I don't know where it says that on the board. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because I think it is 0-0 on the scoreboard.
I believe it is. I believe you're right.
But we'll find out here in a minute.
Well, I believe it's imperative right now for the Blue Devils to get off the field here in the first half without Tri-Valley getting another score. Wasn't Zanesville ahead last year at halftime?
They were. Then I would think it's safe to say they ran out of gas. For Tri-Valley, they'd like to at least get 3, and they've got the legs to do it. If they can get it down, these kids can make a 40-yard field goal. There's no doubt about that.
No doubt about it.
That is close to the first down. Did they get to the
No,
stripe?
they're a
Just
little
short.
Just short. Clock's going to run. 2:45 and running.
We're taking a little bit of time here, Coach.
Well, they can score on one play. If they call the right play, they're in the end zone.
They need to call that,
Let's call that back.
attempted interception play. If they can go missed interception on 3. Fritter still's got it, getting pressure rolls. And he'll throw down the field. Boy, that's dangerous. Zanesville was in position.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's your basic equal opportunity throw right there.
I think if I'm Coach Fell, he's probably telling him, next time just throw that one as far out of bounds as you can.
Well, that's when your quarterback is trying to make something out of nothing, and you just throw
can
that
see
thing away.
Zanesville actually had the better position
did.
down there.
Throw that thing away.
Clock stops with 2:16 to go.
Here's another thing you need to tell your defensive backs, if you're the deepest guy and you go for the interception and you miss it, there's nobody else behind you. So,
right.
You need to, play
a lot
smart.
can happen either
play
way.
Smart.
You bet.
Especially after you've had one interception and your hands on another one, those DBs get greedy and they want to make that big play. When sometimes they should just, play it safe and knock it down or be in better position.
And Tri-Valley not risking loss. It'll be 4th down coming up. But I don't think
they got it.
Yeah, I think it's 4th down, Coach.
Hey, that's fourth down.
Well, let's see. Maybe. Well, I don't know.
They're not even going to measure that.
No,
thing.
they're saying it's short of the line. It's got to get to the line, right?
Coach Fells over there looking at it.
Clock has started to run. The play clock is at 13 and counting. And at this point, they may just let it tick all the way down and take the 5-yard penalty and then punt it.
Or they're going to take a timeout.
So there is a timeout left. So we'll figure out the code on the
Yeah.
on the scoreboard. We'll take one more timeout. About a minute and a half left to go in this first half. Zanesville leading it by 10. So Tri-Valley, after the timeout, Zanesville thought they were going to punt it away, but now they're going to line up
Well,
back
this
in
could
the
be,
pistol.
now this looks like the shift to the punt formation to me. Trying to draw them off sides.
That may be what it is.
Nope.
Nope, they're
gonna
going to go for
They're
it.
going for it.
Pantaleo will get
He's
it.
got it.
Well, that's a risk right there, Coach.
I tell you what, Coach Fells,
I think
He's
Coach
not
Feld
play-
knows
he's
he's
not
going to have
playing
to
it
score
safe.
some points
you
tonight.
bet. He's not going to play it safe. I mean, he's already down 2 scores now.
Pantaleo did a good job getting his foot in the ground and cutting in to get the first down.
Clock running at 1:20.
First and 10 for the Scotties. Quick throw. Little bubble screen,
Get
but
on the
it'll
ball.
be incomplete. You're right, but you jump on it, you never know.
You bet.
So clock will stop with a minute 11. And you can see, Coach, that was just a quick throw. Try to get him a break outside, but Zanesville,
That's
good
a
defense.
that's a sucker play. That's a setup play.
You're going to do a little fake there and wheel it around.
Either the double throw or, you set up, I think you're going to get the ball, and then you break past the defensive back and run down the sideline.
Pantaleo will come off the field. And a little play action. Fritter going to hang on to it. He'll be knocked down short of the first down at the 40. He needs about 3 more to get the first down.
And that clock's going to run. We're under a minute now.
Tri-Valley receivers hustling back. And they'll go without a huddle here, try to move the ball. And they've got good kickers. And it's caught for a first down, so the clock will stop for just a moment as they move the chains. Complete to Keaton Williams. And that might be the guy they try to send deep, see if they can hit a home run here.
There goes the wheel route.
And the throw on the sideline, it's complete. A first down inside the Zanesville 45.
Zanesville's going to have to play defense here. You just can't sit back on these guys to let them throw because they will catch the ball.
So the Scotties move the chains again.
Well, it
Nope,
looks
got
like
a penalty, got a hold. There we see it now. It's in the backfield. So that was a lineman holding somebody. And that's going to make it a little more difficult. Only 26 seconds to go in this first half. I didn't see the flag right away.
Nor I, but this is not the first time the Scotties have had a critical penalty on an offensive series when they're on the verge of making some real headway. That was definitely a first down, easily a first down. Now it's
And out of bounds. Would have stopped the
Yes.
clock where they were.
first down and it's over 20 yards for the first down.
It's a bunch. As the hold must have happened in the backfield, it's a spot penalty. Fritter going to run it,
He'd be smart to run out of bounds.
and he does, and the clock will stop with 16 seconds.
Not much yardage, but he did save a little time.
Again, they may try to work one downfield. We say it was a 62-yard touchdown.
Well, I would think Coach Grandstaff would have his defensive backs in the next zip code area on this snap. I mean, they're not going to be anywhere close to that line of scrimmage. No, they're not. I mean, they're almost 20 yards deep.
Handoff up the middle,
Make the tackle. Make the tackle.
and that's Sands, and he'll go out of bounds just short of the first down, maybe a yard short inside Zanesville territory at the 46.
Smart play by Sands that time. Instead of trying to fight for an extra 2 yards, he steps out of bounds, gives his team maybe 2 more shots at it. Because I would say that I'm not shocked because I'm outsmarted by the scoreboard timeout system. I've been outsmarted several times. But I don't think Tri-Valley has a lot of timeouts left.
So 3rd down and a yard, more critical only.
Yeah, they're going to have to throw.
Yeah, they're going to look to throw it deep. Fritter.
He just gave his sign to go deep.
And it is caught as time runs out all the way down to the 5-yard line, but that's where the half will end. So Zanesville dodges a bullet right at the end of the half as the pass complete to Caden Carpenter. But it is not enough, and let's see if time runs out. Let's see if that's the call. It is. They hold the football in the air. That is a signal that the half is done. It has been an exciting one. We are going to have to catch our breath here in the booth after this first half. 21-11 does not do it justice. The good news is we've got another half of football to play here at Salzburger Stadium at Zanesville High School, and we'll do it after this timeout. We get ready to start the second half on the Century National Bank WHIZ TV Game of the Week. Kevin Rao joined by my very good friend, the coach, Doug Clifford. And, Coach, I'd say it was safe to say that the first half was pretty exciting.
Oh, my goodness.
We saw a lot of kinds of plays, didn't we?
We saw all kind of plays. We saw plays on purpose. We saw plays on accident. We saw penalties. We saw turnovers. Here's an exciting half of football.
Zanesville will get it first here in the half. And, boy, our kickers, we've had almost all touchbacks in this game. Save a couple. Zanesville will start at their 20-yard line ahead by 10. I think the play of the game so far, though, is the Keaton Williams.
Oh.
I don't really have the ball. Yes, I do. I'm going to turn around and score from 62 yards out.
Well, let's just go ahead and pretend that Zanesville would have gotten that 3rd touchdown if Zanesville had, if they hadn't scored. That would have been a huge lead.
Oh, that would have been yeah.
So that play to Williams definitely has kept Tri-Valley in the ballgame. This is a big series for Tri-Valley. You come out with halftime adjustments and see if you can get this team stopped right away.
Zanesville quick throw in the flat complete. And again, the running backs and wide receivers have had better of it, avoiding tackles tonight. And that'll be a first down right away for the Blue Devils.
He just kind of runs a diagonal route to the outside. No one's there to cover him. Nice catch. Excellent run. He gets up a little gimpy. Ooh, who was that?
Casey Cassell.
Casey Cassell got up.
Or is it Castle?
Could well be Castle, but he got up to the sideline with a little bit of a limp. There's that flare out there, and he sees it this time.
Pulled down, avoids one tackler, avoids another, spins, leans out over the 40. This is starting to be Barry Sanders-like out here to watch Jordan Martin.
I talked with Coach Fell before the game, and I said, Coach, the high school game, it looks like what we played in the 6th grade at recess. Everybody's a receiver, and everybody goes deep. And he said, it is a little basketball out here. He said, but, it's still whoever hits the best usually wins the game.
Martin only 5'4", 133. Pass to this side of the field this time, and again, just stretching the play a little bit. Not a big gain.
We fought off that first tackler and then took a big pop. Some guy flying from the inside here. Here comes a
little stiff arm.
That guy, and boom!
That's not what you want.
Defensive lineman's thinking, man, there's a wide receiver. I can't wait to get there.
Yeah, and once again, that's Bradshaw, who has been all over the field tonight.
Good pursuit by Bradshaw from his defensive line position.
Actually, he'll line up most of the time in that middle linebacker spot. We need to get him another number back there. But he has been everywhere. Everson going to roll and look. Good coverage downfield. He'll go deep. He's got a receiver. Did he catch that football?
Yes, he did.
And they're going to say, no, he had it at first, but just couldn't hang on as he turned back around. That was a heck of a throw.
Oh, my. I thought Everson was just throwing that one away.
Very close to being a completion. There have been, I tell you, just no play can you anticipate the ending of it.
Yeah.
tonight.
We think they catch it, and they don't. They don't catch it, but they do. We think it's an interception, but it's not. We think it's a reception, but it's an interception. I don't know.
That was Jamal Wiggins again, who has not only made some great catches, but he has been a great blocker for the Blue Devils tonight as well.
You know, I still haven't figured out that Rubik's Cube thing yet, so I'm really confused tonight.
Everson this time is punting away. He didn't toss it up. He just kind of suspended it above his foot, and he'll get a nice roll inside the 35. And that's where Tri-Valley will get it, trailing by 10. We got a long way to go in this one. It has been – we know this score could have been twice this much on either side.
Well, easily. But that was an important series for the Scotties to come out and
It was.
to give up no points on that first strike, because you don't want to go down 3 scores in a game like this tonight. So now, you know, whether they take this down and score or not, at least they kind of stop the bleeding as far as their defense is concerned.
Aiden Fritter's gone all the way at quarterback tonight. He's in the pistol behind that big offensive line. And he'll look to throw right away. Looks to his left. Now he'll scramble to the right. Some blocking out front, and he'll go out of bounds right about the 36-yard line. Picks up about 3 on the play.
Well, he's looking at his offensive line or looking at the sideline with his palms up, like, you know.
Something else was supposed to happen.
Can't get anything started here. I mean, every time he is back to throw, there's somebody in his grill on every pass. I mean, there's very few passes he's made tonight when he hasn't, been under duress. And the ones when he hasn't been, he's throwing in there pretty well.
2nd down and 7 for the Scotties. Pantaleo bounces it out, cuts back in. It's got
Nice
the first
cut.
down and more. And Zanesville able to hang on for the rodeo tackle right about midfield.
Well, that was definitely a hang-on tackle.
Had he been able to break that, he may have gone all the way. And again, gets by folks.
Well, it looked like Malachi Curry was going to have him near the line of scrimmage. And, we used to tell kids you tackle with your feet, not your arms. He just quit moving his feet, and Pantaleo went around him.
E.J. Orman ended up on the tackle for the Blue Devils. Quick throw in the flat, complete. And leaning forward, be very close to a first down.
Boy, I'm sure this is the exact script that Coach Fell laid out for the kids at halftime for the Scotties. Zanesville's going to have the ball first. We got to stop them, and we got to get the ball. We got to get down the field and get a score.
It was Keaton Williams again on the catch, and he'll be a yard shy of the first down, but Tri-Valley driving. Sands back in there, and he'll bounce it off tackle left side. Head of steam inside the Zanesville 25.
Boy, that's a nice trap block that time by Seth Tyson. He came from the right side of the line, trapped the defensive end. You'll see him here come across. Boom. Yeah, that kind of expanded the hole. Nice job. Nice blocking scheme by the Scotties.
Looks like the first drive Tri-Valley had in the very opening of this ball game, moving it right down the field. They had to be satisfied on that one with a field goal. Sands out to the left side this time, and he'll be hit after maybe 3 yards on the play.
Tyson was the lead blocker on that scheme, too. Pulled from his right guard spot. That play was designed to go to the outside.
Pantaleo has been in and out of this game. He's back in again. Sands will head to the sideline. 2nd down and 7 for Tri-Valley. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left.
Wow.
Handoff up the middle. Pantaleo doesn't look hurt, and he'll go into the end zone. May have got touched for a brief moment right around the line of scrimmage, and that was it.
I tell you, put the stars on Tyson's helmet on that series. Seth Tyson pulls and traps again, just removes the defender from the play. Huge hole. Great job by the offensive line. With all the zone blocking where everybody just steps and you block whoever you bump into today, that trap blocking scheme, kids don't see it a lot, I don't think, anymore.
And it's easy to get sucked in.
Oh, man.
Because you think, my guy just left me, I'll just stand here, and then the guy comes down at you. The tackle from across the way comes and gets you.
Tyson's been making the sunshine go away on those defenders.
And we've got a lot of good kickers in this one. And once again, we've got a good extra point. And just like that, makes it 21-18, just a field goal behind now for the Scotties as they go on their opening drive here in the second half. Pantaleo taking it the final 19 yards for the score, and just like that, it's a 3-point ball game. Lots more action coming up right after this. So on their first drive of this second half, the Tri-Valley Scotties go right down the field. Pantaleo taking it the final 19 yards, and they get to within 3, 21-18. Kevin Rao and the coach, Doug Clifford, here at Zanesville High School, Sulzberger Stadium, and the Blue Devils will get it back. They were 3 and out in their first drive of the second half. Let's see what they can do here to respond. They have responded a couple of times tonight with touchdowns. And they'll start at the 20 after the kick sails through the end zone. And, Coach, there's just something about the first drive of the ball game and then now of the second half that Tri-Valley looks like you just can't stop them.
Well, you know, I think that speaks of excellent adjustments at halftime. Coach Phelps told his guys, I'm sure, you know, guys, we were down 10 last year or 7 last year or whatever, and we won the game. So don't panic. Go out, stop them. Then we'll get the ball and we'll get in and get a score. And it's exactly what's happened. And Zanesville has a lot of experienced players, and experienced players remember games from last year. And right now, it's got to be in the minds of the Blue Devils that we lost in the second half last year.
Important drive for the Blue Devils.
Oh,
and Martin, and we're going to get a penalty out at the point of attack. And let's see what it's going to be. It looked like it was on the tackle. Whether it was a face mask or helmet to helmet, let's see what they're going to call here. Good run again for Martin. Would have been about a 7-yard gain. I think Zanesville would get some more yards out of this.
And a good lineman come around the corner, number 74 for Zanesville. Parker Moorhead, good lead blocking job that time. Little face mask action in there. Tack 15 onto it.
So Zanesville all the way out and out of their own 43-yard line after the penalty, and saw a little bit of that with Tri-Valley in the first half where they get some momentum and then a penalty would just come at the wrong time.
Well, defensive penalties are just killers. I mean, those are the ones that you just cringe at when you're a coach.
Martin right up the middle, and he is hit hard, and a lot of talking and extra play going on. Again, in on the play, and he has made a bunch of them tonight, the senior Bradshaw.
But he is lined up at linebacker, isn't he?
Yeah, and he just runs to the ball. And the great thing for him is that his defensive linemen are taking up space so he can move laterally and get to the football pretty quickly. Pickup of a couple that time for Zanesville. Everson looks right, looks back left. Now he'll come to the middle. First down. And inside Tri-Valley territory down to about the 39-yard line. Good catch by Colin McBrayer, who has a touchdown tonight. Well, again, Everson, a good job to scan the field.
Pressure comes from number 85, Xander Sims. Everson scrambles a little bit, finds the receiver standing in the wide open. Ball right on the money. Boy, it scares me when those guys are tackled from behind when they don't see those guys coming. Boy, that's when the ball gets stripped a lot of times.
Sure does. So 1st and 10, Blue Devils. Everson fakes and keeping himself, and he'll be spun down after just about a yard gain. And good hard tackle in the middle of the field by Xander Sims. Just a yard, did a good job to not go with the fake. Wide receivers out quickly for the Blue Devils out of the huddle. They're joined by the rest of the squad. 2nd down and a long 9. Everson wide open in the flat. Good cutback. Should be a first down. Is hit from behind and knocked forward. Bradshaw just flying over the field, but actually knocked the receiver, E.J. Ormond, ahead for the first down.
I don't think Bradshaw's worried about where they fall.
No.
He just wants to get to the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he's that kind of cat, let me tell you. He is flying.
Well, there's a wide trips that Zanesville has been using the bunch trips tight to the formation. This time they're out wide.
Everson going to fake. Nice cut inside the 25. Can't quite get outside the tackle of coming in to make the play was Dylan Richardson, defensive back. But Everson on the play gets about 5 yards, make it 2nd and 5.
That young man fought off that block from a wide receiver perfectly, came up and made a tackle.
This time, quadruple over to the right side, and they'll look on the left side to Wiggins and in and out of his hands. He was still double covered. Tri-Valley had seen that on film, I guarantee you, because they did not go man-to-man with him.
I know one of the guys down there was Keaton Williams, number 5 for Tri-Valley, but we have a flag down.
And it's going to be, I think, a lineman downfield.
Yep.
An ineligible receiver downfield.
And that could well be if two receivers line up on the line of scrimmage on the same side and they both go downfield, that's an illegal man downfield. You can't go downfield if you're covered by somebody outside you.
And the thing is, we've seen over the years that those splits of being either on the line or behind it have gotten so small, it's hard to tell sometimes.
That's right.
If you watch the NFL, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, it is.
It used to be the rule required you to have a little bit of a split.
It's like traveling in basketball.
Yeah,
traveling.
right.
That's what one team does when they go to the other town to play.
So that 5 yards goes right back the other way, and it'll make it 2nd down and 10 now for Zanesville at the Tri-Valley 29.
Oh, here's the
Blitz coming. Everson able to fake around, looking for some room. He'll toss it ahead, but that's going to be intentional to grounding, and there goes the flag.
Yep.
He didn't have anybody in the area. And what will happen is there'll be a penalty and a loss of down here. And he just couldn't spot anybody to throw it near. You got to admire, boy, and he took a big hit after he tossed it out there, but it's going to go all the way back out to the 42-yard line. And it should be 3rd down. Let's see if that's what they'll mark it.
Yep. Sure enough.
And
well, that was a promising drive. It's been going the wrong direction the last 2 snaps.
29 yards. They've got to go now for a 1st down on this 3rd down play.
That's a great time to employ a blitz. Tri-Valley really hadn't sent more than 1 linebacker at a time. I think that time they sent 2, and great result.
And they read it right to know which side he was going, and this is going to be a sack here. He dishes off, but let's see if Martin can get out of the way of folks. He's pretty good, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's going to be it. But I'll tell you, that is a dangerous little toss right there.
Man.
You can see right here, Coach, that Everson just trying to do whatever he can, but well, I'll tell you, I've seen those are plays where it gets picked off and run the other way.
I mean, that was shades of the butt fumble play.
Yeah.
Back right there.
The old Mark Sanchez play, yeah. So Zanesville, after having it down inside the 25, goes all the way back out to the 43-yard line, still in Tri-Valley territory. Everson will kick it. And
whoa.
They called fair catch.
One guy called fair catch. Oh,
now,
man.
Whatever happens, it ends up being pretty good for Zanesville as it'll go inside the 10-yard line. But Tri-Valley with a chance here, trailing by just 3. They get the football back.
I don't think Mr. Everson will look back on his high school career and remember that those last 3 or 4 plays of that drive as a memorable time.
Yeah, he was trying to make some things happen and very lucky that
Tri-Valley really turned the heat up.
Yeah, that it didn't go the other way. But you can tell now the Scotties have kind of pinned their ears back in terms of putting the rush on. Let's see how they do now on the offensive side. Fritter, little crossing right on the flat.
Look out.
And he's going to be tackled.
Oh!
Ball's on the field. Let's see who gets on it. I think Zanesville does.
If
do they get the
touchdown?
touchdown? Touchdown, Zanesville.
Oh, man. We've had some pretty shaky quarterback play these last 2 possessions, and that time it paid off for the Blue Devils.
Jacob Skaggs ends up with the football. See, spinning around, trying to, and then he just tried to throw it out there, trying to find Pantaleo. Skaggs stays with it, gets covered by a couple of his teammates, and just like that, Zanesville on the turnover gets the touchdown. Let's see, we've got a stoppage of play here.
We're going to discuss something here. I see the referee.
Are they going to see if it's a – now, here's the thing.
They're going to call that an incomplete pass.
But if he was in the end zone and there was a player right there, so it won't be grounding.
No. It's just going to be an incomplete pass.
So it is not a touchdown for the Blue Devils. And a heads-up play by Fritter to get the incomplete pass.
We have a
But a player is down. That may
player's
be,
down.
is that Fritter down there? And maybe just a cramp. Let's hope that that's all it is. On a night like tonight, I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that, to be honest.
bananas.
We'll have to explain. One of these weeks we'll explain exactly what you're talking about, Coach.
You bet.
Just suffice it to say, could have used a little potassium. So we'll hold it right here for the moment. What looked like a touchdown for Zanesville. Had it been a fumble, it would have been a touchdown. Instead, it is an incomplete pass.
Well, when I saw the when I saw the play happen, I was sure it was a fumble. When I saw the replay, you can see Fritter catch a sight of a receiver, and his arm's definitely coming forward with the ball.
Let's watch it again
It
here,
wasn't
Coach.
anything pretty, but
So you can see he is looking. He's got Pentalio out in front of him. And I don't know that he even ever saw him, Coach. If he sensed him, that was fantastic for him.
yeah,
But that's what the call is.
he's still down. I believe that's him at the 1 yard line.
Now, whatever happens, he's going to have to come out. Now, the thing is, the ball will go back out to the original line of scrimmage,
Right.
out to the 9-yard line.
It's going to be second down. I mean, that's boy, that's just a heartbreaker for a defense. You think you've come up with a defensive score, which you don't get. You don't have that opportunity very many times. And in a game when you really needed that, that would have been a game breaker right there.
And he is up. It is Fritter, so he'll come off for this play to be second down and 10. While he does, we'll remind you that next week we will be headed down to Philo. John Glenn will be coming into town. That'll be a good one.
Yes, it will be.
And they love Coach at Philo. So
Oh yeah,
we will
They just love me down there.
we will we'll have quite the time.
Well, I will say that is the home of the world's greatest pumpkin cookies.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
No doubt, no doubt.
No, you have said that exactly right. So
Whoa! Look out! Look
ball's
out!
on the deck again, and Tri-Valley may have just got back into the field of play. Wow,
baby.
the Scotties just living right down there at the moment.
Woo, baby!
So let's watch here.
That ball's on the ground again.
They tried to run a little reverse.
No.
Didn't quite get it all the way back there.
That's quite a challenging play for your backup quarterback to come in and engineer.
That was Drew Burkhart, who's not even listed as a quarterback, by the way, on the roster. He's a wide receiver, just a sophomore.
Well, Fritter's back in the game, and he's lined up deep into the end zone to take this third down snap. Third down and almost 20 yards for the first down.
Yeah, they need to get 18 yards from the 1 to the 19 on this third down play. They're going to run it, and they've got some room on the outside. They'll get back to about the original line of scrimmage where it'll be fourth down.
Well played by the defensive back over there by Zanesville. He knew he doesn't have to make the tackle at the line of scrimmage to end this series. Maintain good leverage, makes the tackle, fourth down.
Pentalio on the carry, but it'll be about 11 yards shy to be fourth down. And Fritter still not looking full go over there as he kind of stiff-legged off the field.
Well, if that was a cramp, those things just don't go away. I mean, they stay with you. Well, Zanesville's running guys on and off. I don't think they have enough guys. They had too many guys.
Now they got enough. So deep in their territory, punt away is a pretty good one.
Catch that ball. Nope.
Takes a big hop. Zanesville will get away from it. Tri-Valley gets a bounce out toward the stripe at midfield. It'll end up just about the 49-yard line, still in Tri-Valley territory. So good field position for the Blue Devils, but a good punt out of there of just over 40 yards.
It looked like the two return men weren't sure who was going to catch it. And I saw the one guy come up to make the play, and he took his eyes off the ball to check the punt coverage team, and I don't think he ever picked it back up. Luckily, the ball didn't hit him.
We have seen just about everything in the second half. Boy, Tri-Valley in this case, a couple of times when it could have been disastrous, and they were able to avoid that and get Zanesville out about midfield before they get the ball back. We thought it might have been a touchdown on a fumble. Instead, it was an incomplete pass, and then another fumble gets back out to the 1, and then they punt it away. Zanesville on the play. No gain on this one as Martin tried to back his way for some yardage.
I don't think I've ever seen a football on the ground that many times inside the 2 without a safety occurring. I mean,
Right. No, it's amazing.
There's another cramp.
And let's see, in the middle of the field, although he's trying to hang with it, that's Drew Reichert. It's Richard. I want to make sure I say that right. Richert, another one of the basketball players. So 2nd down and 10 for Zanesville, just inside Tri-Valley territory. Blue Devils hanging on to a 3-point lead, and we're going to get
I think
penalty against Zanesville, I believe.
Somebody popped up a little quickly. Well, Coach Fell addressed the issue that right now he's running a 2-platoon system. 22 players are starting. And he said, I'm not sure if we're good enough to do that or not. I said, we'll find out as we go. And it'll be interesting to see if he stays with his 2-platoon system. Definitely you keep kids rested, but they're the guys who are coming up with the leg cramps tonight. And we said, before the game we talked, the weather was going to be the third opponent on the field tonight.
Absolutely. It was mid-90s today here in Zanesville. Everson's got a player going down the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. He had it for a brief moment. Would have easily been a score. Jamal Wiggins. And Everson put it right where he had to.
Right on the money. Right on the money.
Spiral way up in the air, and he just couldn't quite hang on.
That thing couldn't have come to Jamal any better if it had a stamp on it. Wow.
So 3rd down now and 15.
Boy, this was a great chance for Zanesville. I mean, they changed the field position around, and so far they have a net of a -5 in this series.
Everson, pressure right up the middle, circles back, got a little Fran Tarkenton going, finds a receiver.
How'd he do that?
And it'll be just short of the 1st down, 4-down territory here, Coach.
Oh, man, I don't know. I think I'd punt that thing down the field.
2 yards short of the 1st down as Martin got it close.
Coach Grandstaff's always been kind of a gunslinger, but here comes the punt team. Now, this is a great time to run a fake. I mean, if you have a good fake punt play, this is when you run it. The special teams coach for Zanesville, I think the defense is staying out there.
Yeah, they haven't sent anybody back for sure.
This doesn't look like the punt return gang to me. This looks like the look at this formation. Look out.
They don't have a punter, and we're going to get a penalty flag. I think it's an illegal formation. And let's see who's going to go against. And it will be, it's a dead ball. No, it's offsides against Zanesville, meaning they lined up wrong.
Lined up in the neutral zone.
So they had a play ready for it.
Yes, they did.
And it would have been a 1st down easily.
Boy, another critical penalty by tonight. It just kills the team's opportunity. That was easily a 1st down. Of course, they'd blown the whistle as soon as they went in the neutral zone and plays dead.
But somebody lined up in the wrong spot. Everson that time did toss it up a little bit.
Oh.
It's going to hit at about the 25. It'll go to the sidelines between the 22 and 23. So Tri-Valley with a 1st down, see what they can do here, trailing by just 3, a minute and a half to go in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it looked like Everson tried to kind of pooch punt that thing, didn't give the full leg, but I think he could have uncorked his best punt, and it wouldn't have gone in the end zone.
So a big drive coming up here for the Scotties after being inside their 10-yard line for a lot of the last drive.
Well, Coach Phil will take that field position any time after that series there.
Pentalio goes back inside, and he'll get to about the 30, picking up 7. Good 1st down play for Tri-Valley. And you can see, Coach, again, he's just looking for some room outside, but smart enough to know that he was just going to end up going east and west there.
That's right. It's a good running back. Get that thing, get what you can get. You don't have to score a touchdown on every snap. Get some positive yards on 1st down.
Need 3 for a 1st down on this 2nd down play. Pentalio again bounces it out. Good cut, has a 1st down as he'll spin out over the 37.
Used his blockers extremely well that time. He's getting up a little slowly.
Again, he's had some bruised ribs, been in and out of this one a little bit. See if Sands will come back in. Doesn't look like he will. But a first down for Tri-Valley. Been kind of feast or famine for the Scotties in this half. Went on a long drive for a touchdown. After that, had some tough times. Pass over the middle, and boy, he knew he had some space to operate. Took his eye off it as he moved downfield. Keaton Williams again. And again, he was eager to get going. You'll see here. Well, we won't see here.
Well, that play, little play action fake, and that quick dump pass to the inside receiver has been there and been open every time they've tried to throw it. That's really one of the first times they've missed it.
Second down and 10. Pentalio heads to the near sideline. Nice cut inside the would-be tackler, and he'll be brought down at about the 44.
He certainly gained more yards on that play than I thought he was going to.
I think he picks up about 6. Make it third down and 4. That can be the last play. Let's see if Tri-Valley is going to hurry up to get another one snapped here. Again, they don't have to. And I don't think they will. They will not. That will end the third quarter. We got some big-time action coming up as Tri-Valley in that third quarter able to get a touchdown across and cut the deficit to 3. Stay tuned. More action coming up. Welcome back to the Century National Bank WHIZ TV Game of the Week. Kevin Rao, the coach Doug Clifford. We are at Sulzberger Stadium in Zanesville. Blue Devils hanging on to a 3-point lead. Tri-Valley with the football out at their 43-yard line. Need 4 yards for a first down.
Big third down play here for the Scotties. Blitz coming.
And Sands had it. Zanesville able to get him. They had that mesh point and a little bit of a delay kind of giving it off, as you'll see. They waited, and Zanesville.
Well, when you blitz that read, you destroy the read. Anytime you destroy the mesh point, whether it was the wishbone or the veer offense or whatever, if you get a defensive man at the mesh point that far behind the line of scrimmage, that makes the play real tough.
Now with Zarek Morgan as a DB able to slice in there and just disrupt things.
See if Coach Fell employs a little trickery in the kicking game here.
Yeah, not this time.
I mean,
kick is away, taken at about the 23. Trying to get to the edge, cutting back. Kilgoin, nice return out over the 35. And it'll be out to the 36. Zanesville fans trying to get a little extra. There wasn't much there that time.
Wasn't anything there. That's just Mr. Bradshaw saying, you're in the wrong collar shirt, bud. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he does not take a play off.
No. You could be on the field. You could be off the field. I don't think it matters. If you have on a blue shirt, you're a target.
Blue Devils good field position to start this drive out at their 36.
I'm sure Coach Grandstaff would like to see his offense take this thing down the field and cross the goal line for a 6-point play. That one score cushion against Tri-Valley's offense is not much.
Everson under center. I don't think we've seen him under center tonight, have we?
No.
And it'll be Martin grinding it out over the 40-yard line. He does not get cheated. Falls forward for an extra yard. Second down and 5.
I mean, that's nearly a trick play, quarterback under center.
And you can see he just keeps sneaking through there. That's where the being 5'4" is helpful. Get underneath some folks. So second down and 5. And they're going to keep Everson under center. And it'll be Martin once again, but this time he may lose half a yard.
I don't know. I mean, I'm a little at a loss here for this type of play. I mean, Tri-Valley's going to a 4 lineman front on defense to stop the running game, and stout boys on that defensive line
Yeah, there
for
are.
Tri-Valley. And, Zanesville's game tonight has not been knocking the Scotties off the line of scrimmage. And that's what they're attempting to do now.
Drew Richard is the linebacker that makes the tackle. Everson gets around the edge, and he should have the first down. He got the ball. He pushed it out ahead as he went out of bounds, and I think he just got to the stick.
Well, he tight-roped that sideline, didn't he? Nice effort.
And Tri-Valley had brought Bradshaw up to that D end to try to keep him from getting around, and Everson a good job still to get to the edge and get the first down out at the 47. So let's see how they line up now as Tri-Valley tries to give him some different looks.
Well, they brought in a couple of new defenders. Still using a four-man front, four down linemen.
Zanesville still under center, and Martin
Well, they're going right at it.
skips through the line, and he'll get another first down, moving it down to about the 41.
Coach Grant's staff must have it in the game plan. They saw something in their scouting report. They feel like they can run right at these guys.
And
And
actually,
they certainly are.
he falls forward another yard to the 40.
Move the chains again.
Yeah, they definitely have seen something there. They like that match. Of course, if I had Martin running, I'd like about any match, to be honest, because the first guy rarely makes the tackle. Back to the pistol. Everson going to fake it, and we're going to get a penalty in the middle. It's either a holding or a face mask, one way or the other. My guess is it's going to be a hold.
Yeah, it looks like they're giving the holding call.
Yep, and it is a hold against the Blue Devils.
I thought in that situation they were going to come up with a play-action pass, but instead they went with the quarterback keeping the football, and which on paper is a great call. Would have been a lot better without the holding penalty.
So it's spot foul, happened a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 1st and 22.
Maybe.
And they're going to keep Everson under center and everybody tight to the formation. And they're going to run a reverse, and there's a lot of
Goodbye.
green out there. But
what a recovery.
But Bradshaw right there.
Wow. That
What
looked
a
to me-
play.
That looked to me like he had about 5 acres of territory to run, and where does heck does Bradshaw come? There he is.
He just great lateral movement to the football. No gain.
Just refused to be blocked.
I might find out where he is in the formation and just go the other way. And it doesn't mean he still won't get the tackle. He's had that kind of game tonight. So 2nd down and 22. And they'll spread him out a little bit this time. In fact, empty backfield. Everson going to roll and look. Throwing it downfield. He's got a receiver down there, and it's going to be, is it intercepted?
It's picked.
It is intercepted. And wait a minute. We've got it. Let's see. See what the call is. Two referees conferring. Incomplete.
Incomplete.
Ball must have hit the ground.
Well, that looked like a good interception by Keaton Williams. Of course, we're a little farther away than the referee was. So he was right there on the call.
Actually, I think that might have been Richardson. Dylan Richardson on the play number 9.
Was it? Was it
Yeah,
9?
I think
thought
it might have been
5.
Richardson.
Okay. But whoever it was, that may have been
Yeah,
to
might have been.
Tri-Valley's advantage.
Yeah, because
Because
unless Zanesville
doesn't-
gets a first down here.
That's right. Unless they get a first down, they're not going to punt the ball more than 25 yards.
But Zanesville does have a chance for a first down. 3rd down, 22. Everson, a lot of pressure. He'll have to run now, and he'll be stopped well short.
Great defensive series that time by the Scotties. Wow. I mean, he didn't even have a chance to throw the ball. It was a good pass rush. The defensive backs for Tri-Valley stayed with their man, didn't give Everson a place to go with it. Now, I mean, if there's a weak part of either team right now, it's the Zanesville punting game. They have not had much distance on their punts.
See how they do here.
I mean, they'll be likely to get this ball to the 30 unless Everson really gets a hold of it.
And again, the ball just kind of spins out of his hand. Fair catch called for and taken at about the 17.
It's a great time for the best punt of the night by him. Nice job.
Goins Chandler on the play, and Tri-Valley will have it down by 3. Just under 7.5 minutes to go in this one. Let's see which team has the most gas coming down the stretch.
That's exactly right, Kevin. Who has the most gas? Who has the most want to? It may come down to good tackling and good blocking at the line of scrimmage, just like every football game has for a long time.
Fritter, who had some cramps earlier in this one, back in there at quarterback. Looking for a long play on first down, and it's incomplete. Turned his receiver around. And Wachter could not get his head on the football, but he had half a step, Coach.
Well, he did. I mean, he threw this to the back shoulder. He may have done that on purpose. I mean, if he did, that was a heck of a throw because that's where his receiver would have caught the ball.
Instead, a long incompletion, make it 2nd down and 10. Pantaleo in the backfield with Fritter.
Well, it looks like that slot man could catch a quick pass easily. There's no one on him.
And they'll try to go in that area, and it will be at the 25, I think just short of the first down. Zanesville, a couple of guys there. Rob Wachter again on the reception. Good defense, just a better throw.
It was good concentration by Wachter to hang on to that ball. I knew he was going to be pounded as soon as he caught it, and he was. 2 guys are right there on him. Nice play.
3rd down and a yard. And Pantaleo should have it.
I think he's made it, but not by much.
Good hard defense by the Blue Devils.
Chains are moving.
Making the tackle for Zanesville, Brian Olbrich. But a first down for Tri-Valley. Clock ticking down, 6.5 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. Fritter rolling, looking, and a catch. And I'm telling you, that's just good timing out there in the flat.
Great concentration.
That's DJ Cross out there making the reception. His first of the night. Came at a good time. Another first down for Tri-Valley. 42-yard line.
In every close game, somebody has to step up and make a play for you. And right now, Saints will need somebody to step up and make a big play.
And a handoff up the middle to Pantaleo. And he'll get about 5.
Boy, he's a tough runner. We saw that last year. I mean, his teammates are pulling him up off the ground.
And actually, you know what? That is not Pantaleo.
Is that
Yeah,
Sands?
it was. No, it was Sands.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sands is back in there. Well, he really hits the hole hard.
Boy, he does.
Sands.
And he's got
Just a
great
junior.
speed. If he gets open, he's gone.
On the 2nd and 4. And it'll be. Did it get
There's
picked
the
off?
pick.
It did. Zanesville on the interception.
And a flag
And we're going to
top
get a
of it.
hit out of bounds. So Zanesville will move it further down the field on the penalty.
And that is the tip drill you put in when you're in underwear practice during 2-a-days and have no contact. Ball goes up in the air. Come down with it, somebody. You bet. Down the sideline and thrown down out of bounds.
I think that was Julius Murphy on the interception. What a – and just to tiptoe down the sidelines. And then the frustration for the Scotties, a hit out of bounds. And there we go, dead ball. As it is a personal foul against Tri-Valley. And Zanesville will move it closer to the Tri-Valley goal line. Big, big play. Fritter threw hard looking for Wachter out there. And Murphy able to catch it on the backside and take it down the sideline.
Coach Grandstaff addressed his team's experience factor as being something he was counting on this year. And a good experienced team knows this is it. This is when you win the football game right here.
Zanesville up by 3, 1st and 10 at the Tri-Valley 20. And a good tackle in the backfield. Who else? Bradshaw back there. That guy does not have an off switch, as he just beat everybody to the ball.
Well, you would think you could run away from him, but I can't find any place on the field where he hasn't been.
Jeremiah Norman, they tried to work a little sweep on the reverse, and instead he'll lose 6 yards.
Nice job that time by the defense and Bradshaw for Tri-Valley. They know, too. They have to get a stop here or it's over.
Everson under pressure. He'll throw it. He's got a receiver. Touchdown! Working his way behind the defense was Colin McBrayer for his second touchdown of the night.
What a clutch play.
And it looked like Everson might run for the first down, and instead he pulled up and threw a strike. The defense had turned their backs, and once you do that, the quarterback knows he's just got to get it close.
We've probably seen better quarterbacks than Everson. I don't think we've ever seen a better quarterback that throws the ball that well on the run and puts it right on the money with a spiral. I mean, that ball was perfect.
Well, the thing was, 31 yards that play went. It's just such poise under pressure in a critical part of the game.
That's the experience that Coach Grant's staff talked about.
The kick is up and good, and Zanesville back out to a 10-point margin now with under 5 minutes to go in this one. We'll take a timeout. Zanesville with the touchdown after the turnover, and they lead it by 10. Zanesville Blue Devils stretch out their lead now to a couple of scores, 28-18 after the touchdown, Everson to McBrayer. Next week, we are going to be at Philo. There you go, that mean fish. The Jugland Muskie's going to head down to Philo, take on the Electrics. Hope you'll join us for that one. The kick will go, and they're going to let him run it out. Thought he might have been in the end zone. You cannot bring it out of the end zone, but that's not the call. And a good return all the way out to the 45-yard line. I think everybody kind of stopped thinking he had stepped into the end zone.
Two well-coached teams. Well-coached teams don't quit. Tri-Valley, it's exactly what they needed to do. Gave up that touchdown. They brought the kickoff back out to the 44-yard line. They need to go to work. They need to get a score right away.
Pantaleo on the return. And actually, it has to be the ball that goes into the end zone. So it didn't matter that he put a foot in there. And wide open over the middle, but not able to hang on is Wachter again.
Good pass rush put on that time. One defender to leak through there, got past his man.
And Wachter, and he probably would have run right out of bounds with it because he's momentum taking him that way. It is an incomplete pass, though, and second down and 10. Clock stops, 4:29 to go fourth quarter. Fritter on the sideline. Is it intercepted? Nope, on the ground.
Well, I'm not even going to venture a guess
No,
on
you
these things anymore. Look like these guys graduated from the Johnny Carson School of Magic.
There we see the ball bounce around a little bit. But thrown into double coverage. Thought he might have gone deep along on that far sideline. He had a one-on-one matchup there.
Well, they have been afraid to throw the ball deep, that's for
No,
sure.
they have not. And with the receivers that either team has, I don't blame them. Third down and 10.
Let's see if we have a blitz coming here. Nope.
Now, kind of a delayed blitz.
Wow.
Fritter going to have to get rid of it. Instead, he'll be tackled back inside his 35-yard line and make a fourth down and long for Tri-Valley. Zanesville didn't quit on it.
It was a delayed blitz. The linebacker came late, and he's the guy who makes the tackle.
Getting back there for the Blue Devils again, it looked like Gage Barnett, and he has had a whale of a night tonight for the Blue Devils.
Nice play, Gage. Your head coach really appreciates that.
Yes,
Gage.
that is a big play right there.
Speak from experience.
Because it's not even four-down territory at that
Oh,
point.
no. Now is when, I'm a real stickler about fielding punts, but this might be a good time not to field a punt. Let that thing bounce all over the place. Well, we got a flag down.
Zanesville might have had too many men on the field.
I think they're going to call delay a game.
Yeah, it looks like you're right. Zanesville was hustling the player off, and actually, since they didn't huddle, it doesn't matter. You can get off the field. looked like he made it, and indeed that was the case. It was Tri-Valley that took too long. So 5 yards
Well,
back.
now we're going to bring a guy back out.
That's when you just count them up, make sure you got 11.
You bet.
Kick away.
Get away from it.
And Zanesville.
Get away from it.
Yeah, he thought about it for a moment, didn't he?
No, get away from it. Yeah, you bet. Good call. Good play out there. Good heady play.
So Blue Devils will take over. 3:23 to go in this fourth quarter. They lead it by 10 here at home, but this one has been in doubt throughout, and we're still not over. There's
we're
a
not.
long – but the way things have gone tonight, nothing would surprise me, Coach.
No, not at all.
It has been that kind of game. We have seen plays that, that's the thing about whatever sport you're talking about. You see things every night that you've never seen before.
Well, I know what Coach Grandstaff wants to see. He wants to see about 3 first downs. If they get 3 first downs, you can get the victory bell limbered up and ready to go.
Zanesville's got a get-back coach working down there because they've already had
That's right.
one with too many guys getting close to the field. So if you remember, that was the days they'd talk about in the NFL. There'd be a coach in charge of keeping them away from the field. And a handoff up the middle, and Tri-Valley knows that Zanesville's going to have to try to take some time off the clock.
They just called timeout. I think that's their first.
Yeah, it is their first. We'll keep it here for this one. But you can see just know where to go. They knew, and again, Tri-Valley's got some very tough defenders, but the clock working against them. And Coach, I think again, what we've seen tonight is perhaps the poise, the experience of the quarterback for Zanesville, Ben Everson. He
No doubt
has made
about
some
it.
plays tonight under some pressure, and again, they have not been those kind of Dan Marino bullet passes where they're going, but he has found the exact right place to put a football for his guy to catch it.
Yes, he has. I mean, Coach Grandstaff may want to start drawing some of those things up and do them on purpose.
Yeah,
because Everson has ad-libbed for a couple of touchdowns tonight, without a doubt.
And it made his receivers look pretty good. Although he's made a couple of those Marino passes, but they've gone kind of off the hands of the receivers.
But that's good coaching. That's experience on the field. It's Everson has. I don't think experience is more important than at any position than at quarterback in high school football.
And Ben Everson's had that kind of night tonight. And on the other side of it, Aiden Fritter has played well as well.
Yes, he has.
I mean, these are two good football teams. They will both have good winning records coming down the stretch. And they are in the same region this year, so who knows? This may not be the last time they play this season. 2nd down and 10 for the Devils. Running out to the right, and good to stay in bounds, not head to the sidelines.
If Zanesville hangs on and wins this game with the clock running down to 3 minutes, Tri-Valley won't have a bigger fan base than the Zanesville Blue Devils.
No, there's no doubt about that.
Every time they win, they will be pumping points into Zanesville's total for the year. That's why you really don't like to play people in your region and lose to them.
Right. Because you end up helping.
That's right. That's exactly right. Oh, that's a surprise.
Everson.
Keep it. Keep it.
He's
Run
gonna
it.
keep
Stay
it.
Stay in bounds.
And he will stay in bounds. Let's see if he did. He got the first down, so it really doesn't matter.
Right. Exactly.
But he took a big hit, but he'll bounce right back up. He's a competitor.
Well,
and it's timeout. Let's see if they keep the clock running. But
well, we addressed the fact that Coach Grandstaff talked about, or Coach Fell did. He thought that Zanesville put the ball in Everson's hands to lead the offense, win the game, whatever. And that's exactly what Everson did right there. He didn't throw the ball down the field, didn't chance an interception, kept it himself, got the first down.
And handoff up the middle to Martin, and he'll scoot forward. Should have another first down. He does. And his team, and he just keeps on going. This Zanesville crowd, very appreciative of the effort.
You bet they are.
And you can see here, Coach, on the replay, this young man is just not been denied. He gets his feet out of one tackle, bounces off another couple of would-be tacklers, and then his teammates. In high school, you didn't used to be able to do that, but now you can. You get the assist as a lineman now. But what a job done. Now, Zanesville, after the first 3 weeks last year, they ended the season 7-3, just out of the playoffs. But they were 1-2 after the first 3 games. This year, beating Johnstown and it looked to be Tri-Valley here in successive weeks puts them in pretty good shape. And another cut and down to the 35-yard line. And
I tell you what, you can call in the dogs and put out the campfire here.
Zanesville just going to use that play clock now to
This is a
run things down.
great drive by the Blue Devils. I mean, this is exactly what you hope an experienced football team can do in a game like this. Close this thing out with the ball in your pocket.
Headed down just inside a minute and a half now. Zanesville letting the play clock run down. It's down to 10 seconds. And here at Zanesville, they have the clock that you can watch. And fields that don't have that, you look to the back judge. He'll raise his hand with 5 seconds to go. Zanesville just running it up the middle. We're going to get a penalty called. That'll stop the clock for the moment.
I'm going to guess holding.
Yeah, this time of night, you really don't need to do it. And it looks as though it will go against the Blue Devils. It is a hold. And didn't see it happen. Looked like somebody might have got tackled in the middle of that scrum.
You'll have that.
So it'll be second down and about 9.
Well,
Clock stops with 1:04, and that's why you don't want to do it most of all.
Right.
Is it stops the clock.
Well, you
Now they'll start it.
had the impression in the third quarter that Tri-Valley was going to take this game over, but the Blue Devils just, oh, look at this, option play. Another flag down. In
Well,
the
this has
backfield.
been this. You know what? This has been this game tonight, though. You don't. You think it will go some way, and it just doesn't.
Another holding call.
The O-line coach is going to be talking to his fellas after this game.
Yes, Coach Jackson. What's the deal?
With Zanesville, the better of it right at the moment, up by 10 with 51 ticks of the clock left. And the Blue Devils will look to continue their winning ways. Next week, they go to Riverview High School. And next week, the Scotties will play Crooksville.
Well, Coach Chad Jackson has a son starting at center tonight, and he was really excited about that before the game. And we
That's the best.
Talked to him for a lot of years, and he's been on the staff for a long time.
Zanesville, and again, tackle from behind.
Whoa. Boy, I hate to see a guy get his legs rolled up on.
And again, that's Bradshaw, who had little something to say after the end of the play.
Boy, this one's over. This one's going to wind down. This is going to be a great win for the Zanesville Blue Devils. Your alma mater.
Their alma mater on alumni night. And the Blue Devils a big win after falling a couple of years in a row to Tri-Valley. Last year ahead at halftime, couldn't hang on. This year they do hang on, but Tri-Valley side of things, they didn't give in at any point. This game was in doubt for a very long time tonight, and it was an exciting one on both sides of the football. Coach, two good teams. Both of these teams could very likely be in the playoffs, and they may play again.
Two good teams, and the Blue Devils will be cheering the Scotties on every
For the
week.
entire MPL season.
They'll probably be making donations to the Booster Club.
Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. It was a fun one here tonight at Salzburger Stadium at Zanesville High School. The Blue Devils win it by 10, 28-18 over the visiting Tri-Valley Scotties. For my broadcast partner tonight, the coach, Doug Clifford, I'm Kevin Rao. Good night, everyone.